Hey, Table Talk with Sid, another life memo. It's actually going to be a quick one, but I wanted to have a little toss around. I was listening to the radio today, and there was a guy that was a guest on this radio station, and he's talking about his event that he's put together and these great things that he's doing with this event, and how all of the money is going to different charities. And he's discussing the fact that he loves music. He loves being a musician and loves doing all of those types of things. And the DJ says to him, "Oh, so you're a musician, you love it." And the guy goes, "Yes, it is really the thing that makes me the happiest." And the DJ says, "So that's what you're planning to do, is to go into music in some form." And the guy says, "I'm going to school to be to be a psychiatrist or something in the medical community in that area." And the DJ says, "Well, so you don't want to stay in music?" And the guy says, "Well, you should always have a plan B." And I thought this was worthy of a discussion, because if you listen to that interview with that individual and you hear it in his voice, he's telling you how much passion he has for his music. He went to all this effort to put this album together for charity and such. He absolutely thrives and has this peace when he plays his music, but then he says you always have to have plan B. So this is kind of something for you to toss around. Really, in life, if you listen when people speak and their body language and their temperament to them, their soul speaks to you and tells you where they're really meant to be for them in life. And the little hiccup is this: I don't even need to know this guy to know that more than likely is probably a 90 percentile. He will end up being in psychiatry, being a psychiatrist, or something in the medical industry, which of course nothing's wrong with that. It's a fabulous line of work, and that's great. And I think the subject or the discussion would be different if he were telling the DJ, "Oh my gosh, that's where my love is. That's what I love doing. I love, the medical end of things." But the little bit of the downfall here is that because he has this quote unquote plan B, that majority of souls, majority of people in life, the soul does love to thrive, and it does love to be free and be what it's meant to be. However, if there is left doubt in that soul, or maybe the soul questions its abilities or its value or its talent, all of those things, that soul will almost 100% of the time, but we'll give it a little less, we'll say 95% of the time, will lean to plan B. Why? Because it believes that it's easier, it's safer, there's maybe there's not as much downfall. But if you look at it, plan B takes as much time, effort, dedication, focus, and commitment. The hiccup is that you lack passion. So this guy, he sounded young to me, probably in his 20s. This guy is spending as much time, effort, energy, focus, dedication, money, as he would if he put all of that into his music. And so, I have a friend that said to me, "But you need plan B because you don't always get what you want." So here's some food for thought. Yes, you don't always get what you want. However, if you will head to the thing that makes you tick, if you will strive and believe in yourself and love the journey and taste those things, feel them, taste them, be a part of those things that when you think of them, they just make you smile, That is your higher power speaking directly to you. Your higher powers and you had a little sit down before you came to this earth. And they said, you will feel inspired, motivated, excited when you are heading towards the things that make you brilliant. Well, majority of people in life live backwards. So that thing that makes this kid excited and brilliant is music. Instead of continuing to head that direction with all his gumption and with all his push, with all his excitement, sticking on that path. I mean, he made it far enough to make this album for charity. He made it far enough to get himself on the radio to talk about it. If he could just pick himself up and see that somewhere in that is where he is meant to be. Now, the beautiful thing is, as you travel that direction, you may get to the thing that you thought was meant for you, and then all of a sudden, you're pushed to go further because it is a stepping stone. This whole journey of life is a learning opportunity. So God, life, and the universe inspires you and motivates you to go someplace, get somewhere. When you arrive, it's like if you're heading to New York, you may get there, but you don't just stay there. You'll go off and you'll journey out, and you may go to California and you may go see Europe. You go further. Just because you achieve something doesn't mean that's the only thing you're going to do. However, if you want to go to New York and you want to see New York, but you're only willing to go as far as Idaho, you're going to be disappointed the rest of your life because that's not really down deep inside where you wanted to go. Now, you may pass through Idaho getting to New York, and nothing's wrong with that. So my point being in this discussion is, it is really quite interesting how many people in the world live life the way this guy, is describing he's living life. And the sad thing is that if he continues on this path, sure, he can find some happiness someplace. Sure, he can find peace and those kind of things. But if you want to feel true joy and brilliance, and you want to feel truly fulfilled, and none of this has to do with money, you want to feel those things, then you must find a way to find your faith in whatever that is, to find your trust and belief in your value and your talent, so that you can put all of your effort, focus, dedication into the things that inspire you, that make you tick. Now, yes, you're going to have to do some things that may not be your favorite things along the way to get you to where you're going. However, if I want to be a welder, I don't go to sewing school. You have to make sure that what you're doing on the journey to where you're going, is in the same path, on the same journey, has the same things in common, so that as you're becoming that welder, you didn't just learn how to thread a needle. You need to make sure that you're making choices that are leading you to that thing that makes you thrive. Because along the way, you will find out it will not be a go-do type of thing. It will not be something you feel like, oh my gosh, really? Do I really need to learn how to do that? It will not be a downer. Everything about the journey to where you're meant to be will be something that keeps you up. You're inspired about it. You're excited to learn more about it. That is the secret to finding more happiness, more peace, more fulfillment, and more joy in your life. Kick it around. All right, in your day, you may fall down, stand up, brush off, and move on. Talk to you.